Sup guys? Let's see if my thing is working. Sup guys? Let's see if my okay, seems fine. So I've been playing a lot of Sniper, which is Widowmaker in this game.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Please be attacked.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
I've dropped a lot of rank because I'm playing Widowmaker. A lot of Widowmaker. There's that one idiot who always dislikes my video as soon as I start streaming or put something up. Doesn't matter what the video is.
One kill.
We're on you, bro.
Nothing's gonna stop you.
Attackers incoming.
Defend the
in 30 seconds.
objectives.
I
I
hope I'm
still don't feel the cold.
still good at Widow.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
We don't have a single tank.
Attention, tu me l'écris.
My ultimate is charging.
Mecha activated. Deine Hexe. My ultimate is charging. Paging Stern. I need healing.
Doesn't change. What's up, guys? Sorry,
Justice ain't gonna dismiss.
Objective lost.
watching.
New defense point. Objective B.
What happened? Where's the live chat? Oh. Okay, I see it. This game is called Overwatch, and I'm not very good at it. I will lower the volume. Let's lower the volume. Yeah, this should be good enough. No, I'm actually doing work on the side. I'll show you what work as soon as this game's over. I do it side by side. These days I prefer Overwatch to Dota because it's just I get to work side by side. Dota is like an hour-long game. This game's almost. Actually, there's a while to go before it's done. Terrible aim.
Need a doctor. Need a doctor. I need a doctor. Incoming. My ultimate is almost ready. It's
switch back to my favorite. I love playing this sniper. It's quite a fun hero. I think I should start a different channel for streaming games.
Ça pique, n'est-ce pas?
That's a headshot. So if you see the I played very badly this game. Like, this is the worst I've played in a while.
No. Where were we?
So it's not so much as abusive chat as it is me just telling people to switch to a better role and stuff like that. I barely use the chat in game. I'm always on mute.
Score 0 to 2.
I'm planning to live stream Dota after this. So let's see. Let's open Blender side by side. I'll show you what we've been working on. So I've been rigging my mech. Created a mech. I think, let's see, I've rigged the head so far. I have to rig the rest of the body. Let me show you what it looks like without. Just hide this mannequin for now. So this is what I created. The head sucks. I'm still working on it. But this is the general pose for the rest of the mech. And I'll tell you a secret. I'll tell you a nice little trick on how I made this. These are called hard surface models in Blender. They're easier to rig because there's no deformation. Then I'll tell you what all this is, as long as you can put up with me finishing this game. I've got to finish this game and then I'll show you some tricks of the trade, boys. Have I played Fortnite? Of course, I love Fortnite. It's just I don't have a team to play it with, and now it's just full of kids. No idea where the team is. Play Valorant. I can play Valorant, but Valorant sucks, dude. Like, it's just peeking around corners. I definitely have to start another channel for gaming. I don't think I can do it on the main channel. So when I reload with a punch. Anyway, if you can put up with this game, I'll show you something really cool on Blender. I'm actually much better at this game. I'm distracted right now. I'm not focused. I'm going back. The Zarya, which is that big guy, big woman, is using barrier, so can't kill anybody. It's difficult. And I have no idea what my team is doing. Not like I'm doing much, but my team is equally terrible. Oh my god. Almost done, guys. We've almost lost. Don't worry.
That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Need healing.
God damn it.
60 seconds.
We're almost done. We've almost lost. And I'll show you some cool Blender stuff. I'm trying to make a new YouTube channel for live streaming. So that come on. I killed 2 people. My team has killed 0.
Watch out for that turret!
Almost done.
10 seconds.
Done. Alright, let's shut this game down. Okay, so let me see the streams up. Okay, so guys, what I'm doing is we're working on Metaverse, and Metaverse has a lot of mini games. So one of the mini games we worked on, let's see if I can find it. Windows. No editor. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, we've been working on a mini game which is very similar to Rocket League with a combination of Overwatch. Let me just create a server. So as you can see, we have these mechs which we can drive into the ball. It's a little harder to control. We're still working on a lot of the mechanics, but in VR you can basically jump into these mechs and play ball with your friends. And there are a lot of things you can do. In fact, in the newer release there's so much more. And in fact, I can just send you guys the executable and you can play with me. It's very boring right now. There's very little to do, but this is one of the mini games for Metaverse. And what I need to do is I need to build mechs for this game. And one of the mechs that I've been building is this one. Let's just call him Joe. I don't know what to call him. And you know, he looks pretty complex, but but I cheated. I'll tell you what I did. Okay, and this is just me. I come up with shortcuts for everything. One of the shortcuts that I used something called KitOps. KitOps, and I added a pack for it. Now you might be very confused. What is KitOps? What are these packs? So KitOps is the bunch of hard surface materials that you can combine together to create awesome stuff. All you need to know is how to move and rotate. So I'll give you an example. So if I do this and I press add and I move it around and I scale that, you'll see that this material has been added, and I can just, maybe this is the underwear for the next mech I make. I don't know. You might think, well, Varun, that's going to be expensive, right? All this stuff looks expensive. It's actually free. So look at KitOps. You can just go to Google and type KitOps. The KitOps free pack is completely free. I extended it with an Andrew, I don't remember his name, Andrew Averkin Kit Bash. This is also free. It says buy, but it's free. It's completely free. There's a huge library of 414 single objects and 108 mesh groups. It's really cool. that saved me so much time. If you want to do this manually in Blender, you'll have to use something called bool functions, which is you have to cut out circles out of squares, and it's hectic, man. But KitOps is free, and this Andrew Averkin Kit Bash is free. This is why you should stay on my live streams, because you learn stuff. I might game in the beginning, but because I'm a lazy guy, I tend to do things faster. So I made this entire character. In fact, I made just one side of this character and replicated the side using X-axis mirror for people who know Blender. And now what I'm doing is I am rigging it. And hard surface rigging is a little bit easier because, see, in soft surface rigging, well, let's not call it soft circle. In human rigging, there's something called deformation, which is, let me show you what deformation is like, right? YouTube Blender deformation example. Okay, let me just show you what this is like.
What is design thinking?
As you can see, I don't have ad
At
block.
its simplest, it's a way
This job a second enabled. Have the Sintel
So you can see when you move this hand.
and also want that for modifiers.
Show me, dude.
So
Yeah,
or
this is
the
deformation. So you see the shape itself gets deformed. So I can deform this. But in a hard robot, deformation doesn't make sense, right? Because if the mesh bends, then it just looks weird, right? In a robot, instead you do something called hard surface, which is, let me just show you what it looks like. So as you can see, I can move this around, right? When I move this, the neck doesn't move. But in a human body, when you move the head, the neck also moves a little bit. There's a little bit of deformation. So it's zero deformation. And what I need to do today is essentially pick up, I'll show you what I'll do. Pick this up, and then select this, go to pose mode. Let's make sure we're on the right track here. Select this, Control P, and set it as bone. So when I do this now, as you can see, I can move this up and down. Whoops, I think I made a mistake. I want to select this object. Why is it selecting both? Well, I guess there's work for us. Need to unjoin both of these. Unlink. Oh my god. Well, there's work. There's definitely work. Okay, that's fine. Let's link this. It's an object mode. I'm just going to select. This should not be happening. It should not be working this way. Okay. Go to this, go to pose mode, then select this. What I'm showing you is stuff that animators will work on after many years. So anyway, something's broken in the model, which I'll have to look at. As you can see, mech backup underscore skeleton underscore 2 underscore. Both of these are being selected together. That's not what I want. Okay, good, perfect. This is the one I want. Let's just save a backup. Backup underscore backup underscore backup. Yeah, that's how I roll. So I don't think this has a rig. Yeah, it has a rig. So I can show you. This is already a rigged model. I rigged it with the wrong skeleton. I'm supposed to use the Unreal skeleton. I used the Blender skeleton. The Blender skeleton is called Meta Rig. You can just add it through Armature. It's called Meta Rig. But I need the Unreal Engine because the Blender rig doesn't work so well in Unreal. It's just you learn so much creating a game, creating a full game. And I know we created Mumbai Mein Ek Hadsa. For those that have not tried Mumbai Mein Ek Hadsa, just go to avalonlabs.co/source and you can scroll down and you'll find Mumbai Mein Ek Hadsa. You can play this game right now. For this, I used Mixamo models. We didn't make our own models. Of course, all the logic and code is ours, but here we're making our own models, and boy, oh boy, are there problems. Let's click on the meta rig. Let's go to pose mode. Let's select the arm, and let's see. So I can have the head move like this. And obviously it's the animator's job to make sure that, crazy things don't happen. This might look strange, but that's because I made the arms a little bit longer. In humans, your forearm is, it's not as long as, your bicep area is not as long as this. Right? This is really big. So, ta-da! So you'll be driving this cool little mech with its head and bone structure and whatnot. So as you can see, what I've done is, because it's hard surface rigging, I put this pole type of thing. Forget about this, right? This will not be seen. But this thing, this pole, is what I created, and just to make it look electronic or robotic or whatever. It's crazy. I could, when this has materials, and obviously I need to remove the head or make a new head. The head looks terrible, but once there's an actual head that comes in, this will look really cool along with materials and textures. And I can't wait for you to play it along with all of us. Let's see. Some people have been putting out questions. I think there are 51 viewers. Why Unreal and not Unity? Unity sucks. It's horrible. Unreal has Quixel. So I'll show you some stuff that I've been doing on Unreal, right? I've just been running experiments because the coding team, I'm not on the coding team, I'm more on the design and structuring team. I'm doing a little bit of code, but it's more like I run the experiment, I create the blueprint and send it across to them. The rest of the team is working really hard on the specifics. So I'll show you some of the stuff that I've been up to on Unreal. One of the things that I really suggest is, whatever you do, buy a PC. Right? It's one of the best investments you guys can make in the world right now. It differentiates you from so many creators, right? And for those of you that are just struggling to learn something, or like, oh, maybe it's hard to learn Unreal or Blender or whatever, dude, it was hard for me too. It's hard for everybody. You just need to have a goal. We have a goal of making a game, and we'll do whatever to make that game work. And don't worry, don't attach yourself to Unity or Unreal or whatever. I'll use whatever works best. I don't know if you guys know this, okay? So there's this game called Paragon. Paragon game. This game called Paragon, okay? Epic made this game around the same time they made Fortnite, and Fortnite started doing really, really well. And they gave away $17 million of Paragon content for free to anybody that uses the Unreal Engine. And obviously, there's Quixel. For people that don't know, Quixel has some of the best materials out there. You can make VFX games, whatever you want, like really, really, really cool stuff. It's just, dude, Quixel has changed the game. And obviously, Paragon, there are some 17, 18 characters, I don't know exactly how many. And this website doesn't give you too much information. They're just like, well, we have Paragon assets, but let me show you the assets. Okay, I've actually downloaded some of the assets. We might be using them as mechs, and then we realize we can't use them because they're really high poly, and half of you will not be able to play or download the game, which is not what we want, right? So, what the hell is going on? I'm getting confused. Well, when I use the Blender viewport for a while, I forget how to use the Unreal viewport. How do you use the Unreal? I know it's WASD. How did I move? Okay. Anyway. It's been a while since I've been in the Unreal viewport. Blender has just confused me. The key controls for Blender, for moving and rotating around the viewport, are so different from Unreal. It's just, they need to sit down around one table and be like, guys, we're going to use this, WASD. Because in Unreal, it's WASD, right? In Blender, it's, what is it? It's not WASD. WASD does something else. S is scale, so yeah, it's hectic. So as you can see, this is one of the Paragon assets, and you can see the quality. Don't worry about the sparkles, that's because lighting hasn't been built, but you can see the quality of these assets, right? Most of you will not be able to run this on your computer, which means less sales, which means not a successful game. Right? The game has to sell and make enough money. Otherwise, we can't pay the devs. And we have more assets. Let me just show you all the assets. There was Grim. Let's see. This slows. As you can see, it's got 88,000 triangles, which is really large. It's really, really, really large. And most of you guys didn't know this, that Unreal is giving out whatever, $17 million worth of free assets. Right? All your characters for your games are already ready, they're there. It's just you have to create something. Right? And obviously you needed me to tell you that these exist. We might not be using these, but in our mentorship or pro leagues, but eventually we might. So this is Grim, it's another asset. So again, these very high poly, and as the materials load, you'll see this come alive. Really cool, really well done. Like, Epic has one of the best teams out there, one of the best game design teams out there. And in India, there are no good game design teams, which is why we want to make a really epic game. By epic, I really mean epic. And take it to market, just so that we can prove that it can be done. And obviously, we don't want to use Epic's assets. We want to make our own assets, which is why I'm sitting and making those meshes. Ibadat's working on a couple of meshes as well. So here's Grim, there are some other heroes. There's Howitzer. These are all characters you can use in your own game. And they've got a lot more characters in this, and I'm really excited to see what you guys create, to be honest. Like, there's just, it's unlimited what you guys can create. Some of you can create a Spider-Man type swinging game. Some of you might create a card game. I have no idea. I don't know. It's like when I was younger, I used to watch Beyblade, right? And Beyblade was really fun. And one of the best parts about Beyblade was when the Beyblades were crashing against each other. When the Beyblades were crashing against each other, the Bit Beast, the creature inside the Beyblade came out. And I was just like, why am I watching this? I need to be playing this, right? So somebody asked how much do these assets cost? It's zero. Unreal gave these out for free. $17 million worth of assets. Unreal just gave it out for free. No one's using them because nobody knows that the engine is this powerful, and it's all free. Like with Quixel and this, you can make any game you want. Any game you want. So all of those childhood shows are now, all of those each individual properties are now going to be replaced by games. Right? So your child is going to play a little bit. 5 p.m. your child is going to play maybe Beyblade. 7 p.m. your child is going to play something else. And 8 p.m. something else. Maybe a card game at 9 p.m. Fortnite at 10 p.m. It's a world where TV shows are going to be replaced. That's essentially the world we're in. And because of lockdown, it's even more time spent on a computer. So why the hell are you guys not creating? Right? And that's what I want to do. I want to create more creators in the world. And if I can do that before I kick the bucket, then I think that it's a job well done. And obviously, I want to be a creator too, right? Not just teach people how to create. So the game, all that very important to us. This is such a high poly model. It's just so well done. Just look at the materials and the textures. They're just giving it out for free. No one's using this. Nobody is using this. I have no idea why. If I were you, I'd be using this. If I were you, I'd 100% be using this. It's free. You can download it instantly. All you need is a good PC. Anyway, that's all I have to say. see ya, guys. Thanks for joining on. I know it was a quick session. I might just make another channel for streaming, and I'd like to see some of you guys there. Bye bye. See ya.